And what we have today, guys, is the newest 1.15 Bedrock beta that's out now, guys, full of Java parity changes. Guys, we're going to go over every single one and the changelog right now. Hey there, guys, Skippy here from Skippy6 Gaming. Guys, coming to you with a brand new Bedrock beta. That's right, look at the top of the screen. 1.15.0.51. New parity changes, all parity changes to make things closer to Java Edition, including better Iron Golem spawn rates. Guardians aren't going to float in the air anymore. Items are going to spin on the ground. That's just to start off, guys. For this one here, let's go for 742 likes. If you are down with the cause, don't forget to hit me up below, guys. Follow me on Twitter, and yeah, I always tweet out updates instantly, which I already have, like, 45 minutes ago. And yeah, it takes longer to make a video than it does to tweet. And yeah, so basically, we're going to jump into this one right now. The long story short of it is Iron Golem rates are going to spawn a lot faster. In addition to that, what we're going to do is actually show you this here. So this is kind of the major one in my opinion. So basically this, you can see what it's doing is the items are now 3D items on floors and they spin in circle. This is pretty much one of the biggest parity changes, the one that's most exciting to me at least. And yeah, you could do this with several items, I believe, and you can see they're all going to be 3D items on the floor. This is very much like Java. And yeah, so we're going to do the changelog together. If you want to just skip after I read the changelog, we're going to go over all of the little changes together at one time. And if not, just read the changelog for yourself. All the links you need are in the description below. So let's jump into the changelog right now. And okay, so let's jump into the changelog right here. It's going to be 5 pages. That's right, count them, 5 pages, and that's as easy as that is. So starts off with, guys, video on how to join and leave the beta in the description below. Link to the actual changelog below if you want to read it for yourself and not listen to me read it. After we're done, we're going to go through all of the different things that we see in the thing and discuss it. And yeah, so again, don't open your worlds in the beta if you don't want to not keep them closed until the next update comes out. So all those things, listen to me. Off to the changelog right now. Minecraft beta 1.15.0.51. Xbox One, Windows 10, and Android. Guys, parity changes all listed right here. This is them. Fence gates can now be placed without supporting blocks underneath. Damaged bows can once again be used to craft dispensers. That's so awesome. Flowers can now be removed from flower pots using interact right click. Implemented curse of binding. Enchanted skulls and blocks have the enchanted glow effect. Dropped items now turn into 3D model and spin. Pufferfish now have the middle inflation state when approached, so like a warning system, they're going to update the sounds soon. Podzol is now generated under large spruce trees. It's just like Java. That's awesome. Changed Eye of Ender explode particles to match Java. Tweaked the texture of iron bars so that they match Java. Pumpkins can now be placed without support block underneath. That's so awesome. That's honestly one of the best ones there. Passive mobs now spawn on blocks they are supposed to. Yeah, we'll see about that. The Wither no longer breaks obsidian during spawning animation. Players now receive conduit power effect when in the rain. Boats placed on top of cactus blocks will now take damage and break. Off to page 2. There's only 5. It's not that bad. For map makers and add-on creators, most attack goals are now data-driven. New documentation for behavior fields. Most slime and swim goals are now data-driven. Added new documentation for new behavior fields. Tree generation is now data-driven. Wither skull attacks are now data-driven. How awesome is that, guys? The famous fix category. Crashes and performances. The #1 changelog bullet point is fixed several crashes that could occur during gameplay. Fixed a crash that could occur when clicking read more on certain resource pack screens. Fixed an issue with invisible shulker boxes that could crash when trying to open or break them. Fixed a crash that could happen when dispensing bone meal into a grass block. Fixed a crash caused by fire spreading into beehives. Fixed a bug that could cause narrator to read text twice in Xbox One. Page 3, let's go. I wonder why every time I open this on my desktop, it opens on a different screen. Not fair. So, gameplay. Added the missing text for locked caps maps in the cartography table. That's a tongue twister, believe it or not. Players can transition from swimming to running on land more smoothly. I hope so. We're going to test that one out. I'm not even joking, because that was one of the things I hated the most. Casting a fishing rod whilst running no longer slows the player down. The sound the alarm achievement is now only triggered by hostile mobs and not players. The player's hitbox is now correctly reset when unequipping Elytra mid-flight. The correct amount of berries can now be consistently collected from sweet berry bushes. Using Shift Sneak will now allow the player to move downwards correctly when swimming. Fix the respawn location so that players no longer wake up with their head in a block after sleeping. So that's going to mess with some X-ray glitches, I think. The raid bar will now appear correctly when returning to an active raid from another dimension. Fixed a bug that would prevent redstone power from passing through barrels after reloading a world. Falling blocks such as sand will no longer break when falling into retracted positions. TNT no longer drops as an item when exploded. Fixed trapdoor collision shape. Prevented elytra gliding rotations on player when in first person view. Explosions can now deal damage in water. What the heck is going on with that? That's weird. I think I've seen them tweeting about that, so I'm not sure. We're going to test that one out too. Flying an elytra at high speeds no longer causes sound to become jittery. Mobs are now damaged and items destroyed when on top of a cactus block. So hopefully, let's see, I'm going to make sure that this one's here. So this guy here, number 4. And we're going to mobs. So this is mobs, guys. Pay attention. Increased iron golem spawn rate and modified spawn rules. So that's awesome. Hopefully iron golem farms will work a lot better now. Fixed the jumping animation of tamed horses. Fixed blaze pathfinding and navigation. Fixed a bug that allowed gas to exist when the difficulty was set to peaceful. Fixed an issue that was preventing pillager captains from being hostile. Fixed an issue that was allowing fish to spawn in flowing water above ice blocks. Wolves now spawn in more biomes. Small mobs will no longer get trapped in gaps created by stair blocks. Villagers no longer run around inside their houses when being raided. That would be fun though. Mobs no longer start shaking when entering minecarts. Guardians and Elder Guardians will no longer float in the air as they try to reach water. Tweaked squid spawn rates and caps. That's weird. I think they should lower it because I think there's too many dang squids. I hope they did. Drowned can no longer drop tridents without having them equipped. Fixed a bug that prevented cats from sleeping on a bed with a player. The snow golem can now try and shoot snowballs at mobs when it is behind a fence block. Fixed a bug that allowed zombie villagers to break iron doors. Sitting mobs will no longer slide around and breed items. Unloaded crossbows will no longer display incorrect icon in inventory. Stop the offhand shield animation and bow from playing at the same time. Fixed a bug that was preventing cube map from rendering on Xbox consoles. Items held in baby foxes now render correctly. Stained glass now has the correct color on maps. Enchanted elytra will now show the enchanted glow when equipped. That's pretty cool. User interface fixed a bug that could sometimes prevent the loading screen tips from showing correctly. Entities and blocks are now shown consistently in the structure blocks preview. The tooltip for leaving a boat is now consistent across platforms. The grow controller tooltip will now show when pointing bone meal at grass blocks or underwater. Last but not least, guys, this is the shortest one of them all. Commands updated the grammar in the scoreboard command description to make it more consistent with other commands. Instant effects now use ticks instead of seconds when used with the effect command. Add-ons implemented a fix to ensure players mount updates all riders to ensure consistent smooth rotation for all riders. The delayed attack behavior no longer causes mobs to freeze when they lose their target. Item tags can now be toggled in the UI using /game rule show tags. On the unleash event is now triggered correctly when unleashing from a fence. The create new world button text is now using the global color component. Character creator, guys, last but not least, fixed an issue that could cause Wings costume piece to disappear with certain hairstyles. Fixed the default player model to overcome some textures that could be seen when choosing different heights, sizes in the character creator. Various user interface fixes. The achievement screen can now be viewed through the character creator dressing room. Wow, how is that, guys? Now let's take a look at some of this awesome stuff. Okay, so we are back. We're back stronger than ever, and yeah, so let's do this, guys. Some of the changes, like I explained, was these weird items on the floor flopping back and forth. Yeah, you know, this is a thing. I think it looks really cool, the fact that they go up and down and spin like that. This is way better. I think before it wasn't a 3D model, it was just simply the flat 2D version, in my opinion. From what I understand, that's what it was. So kind of like what's in an item frame here, this flat version of an item, whereas if we were to do this now, let's do this right now. So if you throw this, So it's still flat for potions. So I'm not sure exactly how that one works. I think that's what's going on. They definitely fixed something for inside these clay pots. So now you can now put flowers in and out. Let's start with these ones here. So these iron bars, yeah, these iron bars look different. More Java-y iron bars. In addition, I don't even know if I have a boat. Let's grab a boat. And in addition, they have done some stuff to make it so if you put a boat on top of a cactus, it dies. So I think what we're gonna have to do is actually build out here. It does damage the boat. So it won't actually let me put the boat. I guess what I can do is put it on top of this right here. Yes, and then I can bust it out. And then there you go. You can see that's what it does, is the cactus now destroys the boat from on top. That makes sense. Putting pumpkins. Where's my pumpkins at? Guys, this one is pretty much my favorite. I have to say this one is pretty much my favorite, is that you can now, before on Java you can, but on Bedrock you couldn't. You would need this block to be right here, or else you couldn't put that pumpkin. And now you can just put a pumpkin over an empty space. Guys, that is big deal. When you're putting jack-o'-lanterns down, it would always suck. If you watch my old school slime farm videos, it was like literally we'd have to put a layer of floor just to put these jack-o'-lanterns to light the floor, and honestly I hated it so dang much. Pufferfish, I'm not going to do it in survival, but basically what you can see now is that pufferfish are now going to come out all as babies. This is pretty weird. I already searched for pufferfish, so let's just go ahead and give me a pufferfish. And while we're here, let's get a flint and steel, because we're gonna do 2 tests at once. Right here. So pufferfish there. So I guess it just wants to give you baby pufferfish all the time. What are they acting so creepy for? What is going on? So I think I noticed that there is something going on with pufferfish. I guess you have to go up to them. I'm not gonna go. I guess we could do it. Slash game. Might as well do it. So you can see they get a little bigger. This is going to be a thing. While we're doing this, we're actually going to do the other test. So I don't know if I'm going to die. I don't know if this is my spawn is set here. So I'm not going to do it to me, because if I don't come back here. So you can see they have a middle area. So basically that's what's going on here is I think there's a middle area. And then there's a full there. So you can see there's basically, yeah, that's what goes on this one. Slash game. And slash game mode C. So now basically pufferfish have a middle area. Number 2, TNT will now damage things in water, and it never did before. This is weird because I've seen them talking about this. So we're going to actually test this out. I don't know if I can actually light it underwater. I can. So it did. You seen that pigment take damage? This is a real thing that's actually happening. So yeah, I'm not sure how that's going to work with creepers. I think what I saw online was them talking about creepers more importantly. And let's see what else we have in my inventory. I have a few things that are showing in my inventory. Mobs will hit this from the top, and tridents are not going to be dropped by drowns that don't have them in their hands, so that's going to be maybe bad or good depending on how much you like it or not. Simple stuff enough, the rest of it's pretty much. Oh, Podzol, you know what, let's do this. We're going to go ahead and set this guy up. So basically you are now going to be able to get Podzol when you grow spruce trees. So let's go over here to the tree department, and let's go and grab a spruce tree, and then let's go ahead and grab bone mealings. So hopefully it doesn't just work on creative, but this will work when you do it with this. So basically, bang. So this is not the big one. You need to make the big one, I'm pretty sure, for it to do this. I'm not sure that this will work with all this crap right here. Let's get rid of it. So let's try it here. There you go. So you can see the Podzol that's created. This I did in my Let's Play recently, and it's a really good way to make like a natural terrain around your house. And yeah, there you go, guys. Don't forget to smash that like before you go. Don't forget as well to subscribe to my channel for yeah, cool tutorials, Let's Plays, and stuff. Thanks a lot for tuning in, guys, and I'll catch you on the next one.